Unless you're incredible at compartmentalizing, which I frankly suck at.
Hi, I'm Carol Podell, and this is She Takes the Lead.
Hi, party people. It's Carol. I hope you guys are doing great. I am, in fact, on vacation and recording this from my phone. So the sound may not be as good as it usually is. And for that, I apologize. But I really wanted to just connect with you guys while I was here because I've been deep in thought about a lot of things. It's funny because for years, from my 20s into my 30s, really, I just never took vacation. I mean, I did go places and I've been to Puerto Rico 1,000 times. And I'm not saying I never took vacation, but I never took a break. Like I never took a mental break. I was always sort of focused and working. And in my I don't know if this is my generation or my particular experience. It's also, when you're at the time, I was like more in an entrepreneurial environment. So, like, I was kind of always working. So, taking time off was really an opportunity to restore, but create also. It was like, like focused restoration, which is not a vacation, really. Completely privileged to be able to take the vacations. That's not what I'm trying to express. It's more the idea of really shutting off, which at the time that back then you didn't have. I wasn't tethered to my phone all the time. Now I'm obviously tethered to my phone, and so it almost takes more work to not be connected. But I wasn't disconnected even when I didn't have all of the social media and connections that I had. And it's an interesting experience, to be honest. And it's kind of there's a truck passing. Um, this is what this looks like. So we're going to do it anyway, because done is better than perfect. After I had my kid and post COVID, I took a vacation and it was 5 years in the making. I literally did not take a vacation where I left town, just me and her. I actually booked a vacation myself in March of 2020 to go to Florida for 4 days. And I was leaving my daughter home, or at least that was the plan, with the nanny and my parents and friends so that everything was going to be okay. And obviously that didn't happen. So 5 years went by and I didn't do anything. And then the vacation that I did take, I planned this vacation. I was so excited. I really desperately needed it. I was literally exhausted mentally, physically, and very much spiritually. And the night before I uh, planned to leave, I had a big drama at work, and unfortunately, it escalated, and I could not shake it. And it was really a very momentous experience for me at the time. As a result, had to dial in, log in, and also couldn't shake it. And I guess the thing that I wanted to talk about was really the inability to shake it. Obviously, I'm still thinking about it and I'm on vacation again. It's like reminding me of it. But I guess that's why I want to talk about it, because it's like trying to shake your stress by dumping yourself into a completely stress-free environment doesn't mean you're not bringing your experience into the stress-free environment. I mean, I don't know, unless you're incredible at compartmentalizing, which I frankly suck at. I don't think it's possible. So, or at least it wasn't possible for me. So this experience, oh, there's my kiddo. One sec. Yeah? What? That was my kiddo. Um, anyway, so this experience here, I'm in the Dominican Republic. I am surrounded by beauty. Really, like we got, I booked us at a lovely resort called the Rio. It's a European resort. We got here. It was actually funny because we got here. I booked a 7 a.m. flight for us, which don't do. I wanted to get here early, and actually, I don't regret it because we really got to enjoy the day. But basically, neither of us got any sleep, and I had to take my 5-year-old with me to the airport at 4 a.m. We got up at 4 a.m. so that we could catch this flight. It was pretty uneventful and pretty smooth altogether. My daughter couldn't sleep the night before because she was so excited. And, I was basically packing. We left on a Sunday. She's off this week also. And we left Sunday morning. And so basically, I spent all day Saturday packing, which was actually a blessing. But also, we just didn't need to get up that early. But it's fine. I'm still on the fence. I don't know. Maybe if she's a little older, I'll do it again. But we got here early before check-in, but they had overbooked. So they basically upgraded us to the Rio Punta Cana Palace. We were booked at the Rio Palace Bavaro, which I'd heard was also a lovely hotel. It's just levels of hotels. Anyway, it's beautiful. We got here when I first got there and she said they overbooked. I almost instantly leaned into my "are you fucking kidding me" version. And then I don't know if she saw the look on my face or whatever, but before I could even go there, she was like, "So we upgraded you. So you're at a different hotel." She basically arranged for a taxi for us to go to this beautiful hotel. It's really lovely. It's very like European light looking. And it's right on the beach. There's two huge, beautiful fountains. Later this afternoon, we're going to go take some professional photos in the same outfit, which I never in my lifetime thought I would do. And here we are. I even bought matching bathing suits for us, which is a little beyond what I thought I was before I became a mom and was, terminally cool. Now I'm a different kind of cool. Let's just say that. So it's been a blessing and it's been beautiful. And all of this good stuff is happening. They upgraded us at the hotel. The food is really good. The first day we were there, we were swimming in this pool. My daughter loves to swim. We basically spent the whole day in the pool. And the first day, there was like an Australian family, and they asked if we wanted their pool toys. So they gave us this gigantic stingray blow up floaty and a boogie board and a pool noodle. So it's just been like letting the things come in, like one really lovely thing after the other. And, on a certain level, I really do believe in karma. I don't believe it like that it's immediate. And I don't know, like, from an actual what karma actually is, but I do believe that good things happen when you put good things out, and bad things happen when you put bad things out. And I know that some people who are bad just get good things, but I think the phrase goes, "Let's wait and see." You don't know what that feels like. And anyway, in terms of restorative experiences, like the actual experience being restorative, it has just been like a game changer for us, for me, in terms of just realizing and letting go and not working so hard. Like I come from a family of hard workers. I have a solid steel work ethic. I always have. Um, I've shared this before. I'm dyslexic, and school never really came easy, and I really worked hard at it. Some things came easy, but a lot of times things didn't come easy for me. So I've always been like, you really have to work at things and really grit down and bear things in order for them to happen. And I've also been fortunate that they've happened. But the truth is that I'm finding that as I get older, that that's not necessarily true. That you can breathe into things, that you can breathe into your life, that you can breathe into experiences. You can say no. No is a big one for me. This experience as a restorative experience, you know, I was in a program years ago for eating disorders. I had an eating disorder. I was bulimic, like many people of many girls of my generation, and I was in a 12-step program for food, and it was amazing. I was in it for almost 10 years, and it really restored a certain perspective on food, which frankly has, since COVID, a lot of triggers have come back, and that's been a little difficult, but for another podcast. the concept of a restorative experience, the concept of doing things differently than you used to do them, like proactively doing things different than you used to do them to rewire your synapse, rewire your instinct, and rewire your learned experience, like rewire your learned behavior around the experience so that you can restructure and perhaps not continue doing what you were doing. Because I do believe that I have, like a direct effect on what I am doing and how my life is lived. My actions, definitely, I do think energy and universe is involved, but I also think that my actions around those things are informing what the universe is bringing me and the opportunity it has to offer, and the not opportunities it has to offer. And I spent many years thinking that everything happens for a reason, and I do think everything happens for a reason, but everything is not always great. And a lot of times that's hard to digest when things aren't going your way. And that's a big pill to swallow when things aren't going your way. So the idea is that everything's not in a vacuum. Everything doesn't work in a vacuum. Like your actions are a big part of what the universe is bringing. It's, what is it? I think luck is timing and preparedness. And I do believe that. And listen, I spent 4 years on fertility. That will challenge anybody's faith over and over and over again, trying to get pregnant. I was pursuing a career as a performer, as an artist, and it didn't happen. And that is a sobering truth. And that can also challenge your faith if you don't look at it from a certain perspective. I've seen people become very bitter over that fact and live a lifetime of feeling like a failure, or feeling like they didn't really succeed in their life as a result of that. And I don't want that life. Like, I don't want to live that way, and I choose not to live that way. And I think that's a choice, kind of like love, right? You hear people always talking about, I don't know, maybe I do, on Bridgerton or all of these, sweet romance shows. But I think if you talk to anybody who's been in a long term relationship, they will say it's not just that relationships are work, it's that they're a choice, right? Like, they're a choice if you're going to stay in a relationship and work at the relationship, any relationship. And I think that, your relationship with yourself, number one, is the one that it's probably the most important relationship in your life. At least it's the most important relationship in my life because it affects every other relationship I have, starting with my kid and going onward. So the concept of restorative experiences for me is a big one because I don't want to live in a life of bitterness or feeling like a failure, even if I am, And what does that even mean? Right? Like, what does that even mean? I've met plenty of successful people that are miserable, successful, monetarily successful. They've been in a relationship or a marriage for years and years, but they're still not happy. They're not happy with the relationship. They're not, like, happiness is a choice, as like just like love is a choice. And I have been single for a long time. I mean, I've been in love a couple times since my marriage, but none of them really worked out as a long-term thing. But it doesn't make me hate the fact that they happened. Well, no, it doesn't make me hate the fact that they happened. And I've learned from them, long term, short term, in the moment, not in the moment. I've learned from them. And that's my commitment to myself, is to, like, learn from everything that I'm experiencing and doing, because otherwise what's the point? I want a big life. I want, and to me, a big life doesn't necessarily mean big out there. It doesn't mean I'm like world famous and rich, and although rich would be lovely, but it doesn't mean I go places and people know who I am and want my autograph. Or I would love to really make a difference in this world, and that's big for me. Sometimes making a difference is just putting it out there and helping somebody on a bus, or letting somebody cut you in the line, or giving to a charity, or working in a soup kitchen, or letting a piece of anger go because it's not helping your growth. And if I'm being honest, a big life as well to me is money and success and having opportunity to be able to go places and do things that I want to do that look fun. They may not be fun to other people. They may be like a pittance to some people. They may look shabby to other people, or they may look pretty amazing to other people. But I guess that's just my experience. And I'm sure, like, what's your experience? What is the thing that is going to make you happy? What is the thing that's going to really make you feel whole and feel serene, and not just plopping you into a serene place and saying, here, be serene, but like, what are the things that are going to make you serene? And I've really dropped, I think I've talked about this, but I've really dropped my exercise routines and my practice. And I've been doing yoga with the kiddo in the hotel room while we've been here. And we go to the pool, and the truth is I feel so good afterwards, and it's not a big deal. It was cute. We went on YouTube and found yoga poses, and she's got some like yoga cartoons that she likes. There's like yoga, they do like a mermaid, which is basically like cobra, and different animals or different fairyland poses that are actual yoga poses. But we did it with they did like a cartoon Elsa Anna yoga pose. So they were basically images of Elsa and Anna and Kristoff and Olaf doing like down dog and up dog and warrior one and warrior two and tree pose. And it was actually really cute. We were both doing it, and I said to her, I was like, what do you think about doing this in the morning before we both get going? Because it's funny, I sometimes I find doing stuff for myself a little difficult, but I can do it on behalf of her. Like, I can get myself motivated to do it on behalf of my child. And that's always been the case. I've always been able to sort of like rally if it's on behalf of somebody else. When I was younger, my drive was on behalf of acting, right? My even my just inner work on myself was on behalf of acting, rather than just being on behalf of my own personal growth and my own self understanding. Now I'm just happy to do it. I absolutely 100% am going to ride on the wave of doing yoga to give her a good example of what taking care of yourself looks like, and what long-term care looks like. I should probably, like, the shoulda, woulda, coulda, or the critic on my shoulder is really just saying, I should be able to do this for myself, by myself, because I need it for myself. And sometimes that's not enough. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's a mom thing or a parent thing or just a, like, caregiver thing. But sometimes doing it on behalf of me is just not enough of a reason. A lot of times, doing it just on behalf of me is not a reason. I always admire people that can do self care or have discipline on behalf of themselves. And I'm a disciplined person. I'm a pretty disciplined person around a lot of things. I'm not a big procrastinator. I do have trouble focusing sometimes, but you know, I'm working on my time management now, which is actually really cool. I started this program called Time Genius. Marie Forleo, who is an amazing woman, if you look her up, she's a multi-passionate entrepreneur, which I definitely identify with. She has a program called Time Genius, and it's a pretty extensive program about getting yourself out of time stress, making yourself a time genius around time. It's about planning, it's about understanding your own behaviors, it's about reframing your perspective on time, your perspective on what you want to do. It's about prioritizing what's most important. It's about being the change you want to see. It's really an incredible program. Yes, sweetie. You're hungry. Okay. Give me 2 minutes and I'm going to finish up. Okay. Okay. So that was, you want a croissant? Okay. We'll go get you a croissant. Give me 2 minutes. Okay. Okay. We'll see if we can find one. She's not giving me much more time to talk about this, but so I apparently have to wrap up now. which is okay. She's right. She needs to have some time and she needs to eat. Basically, I just find it the thing that I'm learning while I'm here and on this proper vacation is that I want to figure out a way to do things on behalf of myself, on behalf of my own growth. And sometimes it's fine to ride on the coattails of doing it on behalf of somebody else, but I feel like, and I'm not sure about this, but I feel like there is a direct correlation between me being able to let go of, like I said, what happened on the last vacation, like me being able to proactively move through my own pain or my own troubles needs to be on my own steam, because I couldn't shake it on behalf of her. I could be present, a little more present for her so that she could have a good time, but I was still really elsewhere. And I'm not sure if that's more yoga, more meditation, more just consciousness. If you guys have any like suggestions or thoughts around that or practices around that, I don't know, cold plunging, I don't know. There's so many, like red light therapy. I see all of these things around this, and but and I know in my heart that there are things to do that genuinely will give me a little bit more autonomy over my own experience to a certain degree, because I've done it already, but I'm not entirely sure what that is. I stopped drinking, I don't know, like 6 months ago, and it has been a total game changer for me in terms of my ability to be present and also just my ability to feel good and present with my kid, or with anybody really, including myself, by the way, including starting this podcast. But if you guys have any suggestions or your thoughts, please, I would really love to hear them. If you have any like ideas, if you could share them with me on my social, I would really love it. And I would love to like keep talking about this because I think it's such an important, for me, it's certainly important. So I have to assume it's important for others. Well, that's that. I'm going to go be present for my kid now and get her something to eat. You can hear the birds singing, and I'm looking at the the palm trees waving and the coconuts hanging in a bunch at the top, and it's lovely. I hope wherever you're listening, I hope you're having a moment of something that's lovely. If you get a chance, if you can just go to wherever you're getting your podcasts and click 5 stars or subscribe or follow, whatever the option is, it really makes a difference, and keeps me relevant in the algorithm. So I really appreciate it. Anyway, love your guts, everybody.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. If you like what you heard, please hit subscribe. Also, if you want to keep in touch, go to Insta at About a Blonde or Facebook at About a Blonde Official. Also, you can sign up for my mailing list at www.aboutablonde.com. Have a great day. Mwah!